Uh,
Hi, Aman. Thanks for joining. So, till the time team joining, all the participants joining, let's have a small introduction uh, so that we will get to know each other. Let me start with myself. That I'm Piyush Agrawal. So, I'm part of the Next Wave Hive as a volunteer, and I'm managing this community. And I'll give you the brief details about this community, that what we are offering under this community, and how we build this community for what purpose. So this is from my side. The full introduction we will take at the last, because Vipul is a speaker, so he already have details in the slide. Um, Praveen, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, myself, Praveen. I am actually working in DHL systems in Malaysia as a data analyst and also as a data engineer here. So uh, that's all about myself and my personal, my professional approach.
What is
So
your location, Praveen?
I'm currently in Malaysia.
Thanks for joining. Um, then we have Priyanka Dubal.
Hey everyone, I am Priyanka and I have close to 17 years of experience in data engineering, and currently I am located in Gurgaon, and yeah, I'm part of Wipro.
Thanks, Priyanka. Um, Hi, Aman. We can go ahead with yours.
So, hi, hello everyone. I'm actually a student currently studying in Mumbai University, Jaipur.
Your
I'm in
voice is
first year.
not audible, but what I hear that you are the student right now, correct?
Yes, yes.
And your location right now?
Gurgaon.
Oh, okay. Thanks for joining. Welcome. Um, Hi, it's first Vaibhav Lal. So we are just taking a small introduction from everyone. If you want to proceed, it's first you are there.
Yes. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, yes, it's first you are audible.
So, yes, hello everyone. Myself is Harshad Havlal, and I'm from Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, and that's all. So, I've joined this event because one of my friends referred me to join it. So, yes, that's all.
Thanks, it's first for joining. Richa, you want to introduce yourself? Richa, you are there.
Hi everyone, I'm Richa, and basically I'm a AI/ML transformation leader with this senior Scrum Masters, and I recently joined a UAE company that's it's ADCB. That's my all, and
Thanks,
I have like around 11 plus of years experience in this field. Thank you so much.
thanks, Richa. Thanks. Okay. So I guess let me start with the next wave high presentation till the participants joining, and then we'll switch over to the Microsoft Azure Computer Vision uh, details. So right now on the screen you are seeing that all the QR codes which are related to our website, as well as WhatsApp and LinkedIn, you can connect with us, because we have multiple channels where we are communicating about different events, different blogs, and different articles, uh, just to uh, just to do the networking, as well as just to pass our information with respect to all the team members. So welcome to the Next Wave Hive event. So I just want to go ahead to let you know that what is the Next Wave Hive. So Next Wave Hive is the vibrant ecosystem which is crafted to bring curious mind together and spark innovation and cultivate impactful collaboration. So this is a platform where we are targeting all domains of a colleagues and participants to come here to share their knowledge, to work with the community. Because right now, uh, we are working irrespective of the domain. So a lot of people are working in various domains and they are using various technologies, but there are communities which are creating only with respect to the domain. So we don't want to restrict to any domain or any technology, and we created this community as a Next Wave Hive. So what Next Wave Hive offers, we offer a mentoring where you will get a guidance from professional and entrepreneurial growth. There are the business incubation. If you launch any product or if you need to scale your organization, will help, um, will do your support. Then there are collaborative work. Like in future, we are planning to do the hands-on workshop that ignite creativity and build actionable skills within our community. Skill edge. So this is sharpening soft and technical skill for career purpose. This is kind of a training which we are providing uh, to our community members, and that is a networking event. So right now we are in the virtual phase. We are doing networking. We are working with people here, but we are planning to do the uh, face-to-face events also in next coming 2 3 months. Then what this high open platform offers to all. So here we can come showcase our projects that what we are doing with respect to our organization, or if any freelancer project which we want to showcase, product demos, so that we'll bring the latest development of life and connect with the potential customers and collaborate. So we'll share those demos here. Then a speaker session, like today's our speaker is Vipul. He's sharing details about Microsoft Azure. So in these kind of sessions we are organizing, and there we are targeting n- new, new or less experienced people so that they can join this platform and give their experience and share their experience as they are new in the market, and they can help freshers as well as for the experienced professionals. What are the new technologies which are coming in the market? Plus, we support brands. Like if there are any brands which needs to be launched, which they want to promote their product, so we'll provide this platform so that they can go ahead and use Nextwave Hive as their platform. Now, what will you get from Hive? So, as you are part of this community, you will get to know a lot of people. Networking will be there. You will get to know new technologies which will help you to learn and inspire, because there are multiple sessions led by the new speakers and even industry leaders. We are targeting those also that you will get to know, and you will also showcase your potential. Like there are multiple members joined today. If you want to showcase something, you want to share something with the community, or you want to deliver something like with respect to the presentation or kind of a demo, that is welcome to all. You just let us know, we'll help you, and we'll share those details to a lot of community members. Will market those things, and that will help you to share those experience and knowledge to other folks also. And in this way, we all grow together as a community. Will completely grow together. So we are looking for the volunteers as well as our speakers. So you can help those things with respect to grow together. Now, what is the vision of the next wave hype? Like first is we need to expand our reach. So right now we have a global participants also. We have our global leadership also. So there are few members from UK team also who are part of this community. We are expanding these communities to the multiple regions. Then we want to innovate continuously. Like um, last session we had about with respect to like project management plus resource management kind of a thing. This session we have little bit around Microsoft Azure, which is a little technical, uh, little technical. So in this way, we are doing new programs with respect to technology, with respect to new things which are coming in the market. And we are also planning virtual gaming session, virtual networking sessions, these sessions also. So we are innovating these things so that you will get to know new things from the virtual platform from Next Wave. and we want to empower our members who will join us as either a teammate or a volunteer or a community member. We want to empower them so that they can also that that will help them for their professional growth. So after this event, we are circulating our volunteer opportunity. We are circulating a volunteer form also, in which we are inviting if anyone wants to volunteer. So we want them to contribute their skill, build the network, high network, and once you are doing these things, you are meeting a lot of folks virtually as well as face to face. That will gain your experience also through your professional or your personal skill. So how can you join? You can join. So we'll circulate our form. There you need to register it. That is the easy registration. We'll not ask multiple questions that what you want to do, what kind of experience you have. That is a simple form which you need to fill, and will get in touch with you, and then you will be part of our team. So, like I told that we did last Saturday, our first event that is on 17th May, which is Tough Talk and Smart Move. And this is open for all community members. So we receive around 50 plus RSVs for our that first event. This is our second event. And if you want to get in touch, I already shared you these website QR, WhatsApp QR, and LinkedIn QR. So you get in touch. So each event having a different kind of a strategy plus different kind of a skills and domains which we are offering. So you will find a lot of new things which you can see in this community. We are also targeting HR and plus like domain leaders who can give their expertise and share their knowledge on this platform. So um, today's speaker is Vipul Malhotra, and thanks Vipul for giving us the opportunity to gain knowledge from you with respect to the Microsoft Azure. So he's having around 11 years of a work at he's as a full stack developer, and he's specialized in building a scalable cloud native application using .NET, C, C Sharp, Python, React.js, Azure, and like his work span is backend architecture, API development, front-end design, and mobile app creation using React Native. He is passionate about developer tooling, visualizing complex code behavior, and optimizing application performance. Also, he is a certified Microsoft. He already having a Microsoft certification that is AZ 900 and AZ 204. In this session, he is also give a complete overview that what kind of a certification you can do with respect to Microsoft Azure Computer Vision that will helpful for your career. So, Vipul, now over to you. I am stop sharing, and you can go ahead and. But before that, any questions regarding NextWave Hive? Anyone have? So we have a lot of interaction session here. We have a complete session with respect to Microsoft Azure Computer Vision. Plus, in the end, we have little quiz also, in which you will find a lot of details, and then we'll wrap this. But any questions regarding NextWave Hive? Anyone? Okay. Vipul, then over to you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
So let's quickly start. I will also jump to, I'll just also give a brief about my experience. But before that, let me figure this out. I hope you guys can see my screen and the presentation.
Yeah, but Vipul, we are seeing both your screen, even presenter view also and your next slide also.
Check.
No, are you connecting on a dual screen?
Yeah, I was. Maybe that's the reason. Just give me a second. Let me disconnect.
Okay, so I see few other folks join. So Vaibhav, can you give little bit introduction about yourself?
Yeah, hi. My name is Vibhav, and I have around 10 years of experience working with the Microsoft technologies like .NET and Azure. And I've worked with multiple companies, and I have done college from the same where from Vipul have done. So
Okay.
he was my senior there.
Oh, okay. So you are supporting your seniors. Okay.
Yeah, just gone through the advertisement about this event, and I joined from
Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks a lot, Vijay.
there.
Jyoti. Hi, Jyoti. Thanks for joining. Can you give little bit introduction about yourself? Okay, I guess she's on mute. Yeah, people, you can start.
All right. So, what we are planning to achieve today is have an idea of how uh, Azure Computer Vision works, and also at the same time uh, dive a little deep into what cloud is all about, specifically in terms of Azure. And we'll also talk about some other cloud providers, and we will try to map a pathway in which you can proceed with how to, in case you want to go ahead with the certification. So it will be helpful for you to choose the path in which you want to proceed with those certifications. Although there's already been a introduction about myself, but still just to walk you through that. Currently working as a principal consultant. Uh, Majorly, my work revolves around Python and Azure on a daily basis. And talking about certifications, I have completed AZ 900 and AZ 204. I'll also talk about these certifications, what they really contain in next slide. I have completed BTechs in electronics and communication, and somewhere around fourth year, I realized my interest in computer science, and that's when I switched gears to getting more deep into computer science, and then pursued my career further in that particular field. I started my career as into a healthcare domain. I worked there for a couple of years. Then I was with insurance and reinsurance for around 4 years, and then I've been with energy and commodity trading uh, for around 6 years now with multiple organizations. And I am pretty enthusiastic about how this cloud platform is coming across. I'm from the batch or from the era when this was really kicking in, and even when I started my career, there was cloud, but it was not streamlined into organizations. Only a couple of organizations, like two majorly in the United States, were using it. So I've seen that transition of new organizations picking that cloud and implementing that and just moving away from. I have also been interested in writing a blog, so I'm a writer on C# Forward. My ranking is in top 200. So do reach out and search for me. So I hope uh, my articles will be insightful and knowledgeable. I majorly write around Python and Azure as of now. Initially, I used to write a lot around .NET. So yes, that's a lot about me. Let's now focus on what we are planning to achieve today. So we will have a look at what cloud is. We'll try to define it as briefly and as concisely as possible. We'll also try to draw a comparison between Microsoft Azure and other
Ah,
cloud providers. Then, when we are working on, we're talking about Azure AI
Sorry to
Foundation.
interrupt. Sorry to interrupt. Your voice is like very wavery, and I'm not
Mhm.
able to hear it properly.
Is it better?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now
Is
I
it
it is
better?
think
okay.
people some disturbances there from background. Some work is going
Yeah,
on.
sorry about that. It's unfortunate. My neighbor just started to choose this time to do some construction.
It's
Uh,
okay. It's
so
okay. But
yes,
just
sorry. I'll keep the mic closer to my mouth. I
yeah,
hope it's
yeah, yeah.
better now.
Yeah, now it's better.
Okay. So while we are talking about any Azure service, one thing that we always have to keep in mind is about the pricing of it. Because the one of the benefits of moving from on-premise to cloud is to make sure that our bills or the apex and capex are not out of the roof. We'll also talk about what capex and opex is. So we'll talk about pricing of this Azure Computer Vision. Then Azure Computer Vision or Azure in general provides an Azure Vision Studio. Using that, you can explore what exactly are part of Azure Vision Studio or Azure Computer Vision. We'll also look at a couple of demos on the Vision Studio itself. We'll try to create an architecture of one app. I just took an example of an intelligent photo app that you can have in your web or mobile phone. So we'll try to draw an architecture of that on how Azure AI Vision can be helpful in it. We'll also talk about some real world applications, and these are the applications that are already live, and enterprises are using that using either Azure or other cloud providers, but specific to the vision capabilities. Then we'll look at a code sample of a small code sample in Python that I've created, which is utilizing this Azure AI computer vision and getting some information out of a couple of images. So I just took a sample bunch of images and we'll look how uh, computer vision is able to process that. Then let's talk about what cloud is. So as I said, when initially when the companies were creating softwares, were having databases, websites, everything used to or everything still now deploys on a server. So server is a physical space where your database is stored, where your website is stored. So initially before cloud or pre-cloud era, companies used to have their own data centers, small or large, depending upon the kind of data that they're dealing with or the kind of organization that is. There was also a scenario where they used to share these capacities amongst different organizations, but everything was accessible to them. Everything was inside a building that they have access to. They were managing it. So that's where the OPEX and CAPEX comes into picture. CapEx is capital expenditure and OpEx is operational expenditure. CapEx means you have to go buy servers like different RAM, different ROM, uh, uh, the structure in which you put those segments, all the connections, networking, making so that all you have to buy, even the building. Then operation cost or OPEX is when on a daily basis you have to maintain that infrastructure. With servers, there's a lot of cost into cooling them, someone who is making sure all the networks are up, and a lot more things. So all that CapEx and FX was managed by people. Now that's where cloud saw a gap and they came in that you don't have to worry about the OPEX or CapEx. We will take care of everything. We have our own data centers. All you have to do is you have to come up to these portals or interfaces. Let us know your requirements. Okay, I need this much virtual machine, or I need to deploy an application in maybe in .NET or Python or React.js, whatever it is. So you can have a dedicated space in our data centers, which is Microsoft Azure or Google, and you can just deploy. You don't have to worry about a lot of things that will be managed by the cloud providers. But at the same time, in order to give more accessibility, the cloud providers divided these services into three major sections, which is infrastructure as a services, IaaS, platform as a service, PaaS, and software as a service, which is SaaS. Infrastructure as a service literally means that you are buying a piece of their hardware and you are managing that on your own. I'll take an example. Let's say you got a virtual machine or a Windows server. You requested Azure to provide you a Windows server. You don't physically, you cannot physically see that Windows server, but it is there in their data center. But you are responsible for implementing all the softwares, all the networking, public IPs, private IPs, VNet, everything. You are managing it. So all that infrastructure as a service has been provided to you. Then there is platform as a service. Platform as a service literally means that let's say you have a React.js application and you want to deploy it. You went to Azure and you said, okay, I need a web server. All I need to worry about is creating a CI/CD pipeline or a GitHub workflow to deploy it. I don't need to worry about what are the IPs, how to expose it, how to manage the domains, everything. You have to manage it. So that's a platform. majority of the work is done by Azure. You need to just take care of your piece of software. Then software as a service is literally just piece of software that you can download, or maybe not download, but you can just start using it. I'll take an example of a SQL server. So initially we used to install a SQL server and a client onto our machine and then use it. But you can go to Azure, ask them, okay, give me an Azure SQL database and a server. They will have everything deployed at their end, and you can just use the connection string exactly how you used to do in your local machine, and then continue working from there. So that's how they have segregated their uh, services so that you can pick and choose how exactly you want. One more benefit of cloud is it offers scalability. So if you, let's say at every day at 7 to 9 p.m. the load or the traffic on your website is huge, then you don't have to go and buy servers. Even on Azure, you don't have to go at 7 a.m. and add more servers. You can make those rules, make those configurations, and Azure will automatically add new servers. Also manage the load balancing, the request traffic migration, and your end user will not see any latency. So that's a cloud on a very, very high level. When you dig deep, you'll get more information about it. But let's first do a comparison of these three cloud providers. So although market is very competitive, so if you have a service in one cloud provider, you will definitely have a corresponding service in another cloud providers. They may not exactly be same in the kind of features they provide, but on a high level, they will have basic features common amongst all of them. Now, how do we access each one of it? So Azure, AWS, and Google have their own portals to access these services. You need to have a login. If I talk about Azure, you can either log in using your Gmail account or a Hotmail account or a work account. Then you need to add services. You need to buy those services and then start using that. Exactly same is the flow in other cloud providers as well. Now, this is just not the services that you can go online and look at. You need to connect and consume those services using your code. So they have their own SDKs provided, like in C Sharp, Python, JavaScript. I'll just take an example. Let's say you need to place millions of images and videos on a cloud on a cloud space. So and you want to access it using either of these languages. So there is something known as Azure Blob Storage. You can save this unstructured data there, and you will be able to access these unstructured data, manipulate these unstructured data, copy, move, delete, multiple operations. You can do that using SDKs which are available in a couple of languages. Azure is more C sharp heavy, but they are expanding through two different SDKs as well. They have their own authentication method, and again, as I said, because of competition, you will always find something corresponding into other one of what you're using in one cloud or the other. I have been using Microsoft Azure for around 6 years now, so I just get more comfortable around it. But uh, because of this nature of the industry, I know that if I have to jump to another one, I will definitely find corresponding things there. Now, learning path. This is for someone who really wants to dwell deep into how to proceed learning new things around Microsoft Azure. Certification is a way in which you can actually, it's like putting a proof to the word that you know something about a certain sections of a cloud. So that's where certifications comes into picture. They are fundamentals, associate, and expert. The name suggests that as you move toward expert, you are getting more into nuances or more into explanations of things, how they work. But someone wants to start with a certificate, I'll always say that go with AZ 900. This one really talks about what cloud is, what's public, private, hybrid clouds, the infrastructure, platform, and software as a service that I talked about. They really talk deep into it. I mean, the expectation is that someone with AZ 900 will have all this information. But then later, you can either choose to go as a Azure developer or a security or administrator then solution architect or DevOps engineer. Because of the new fields that coming in, they have introduced Azure AI fundamentals as well. Azure AI fundamentals can go further into AI engineer or Azure data scientist. And then there is a whole bunch of certificates for data fundamentals or data engineering. They keep expiring some certificates and they keep introducing new certificate numbers because of the market demands. So anytime you are planning to do something, make sure that you go to the latest version of that software of that certificate and then uh, work on that. Microsoft itself have their own documents where you can read about this. So just go to Microsoft Learning Path and then search for a number is at 900, let's say, and you'll get a bunch of documents that you can read and appear for these certificates. Right. So now let's focus on Azure Computer Vision. We know about ChatGPT, right? So the way ChatGPT really started was a text conversation between you and the model. So you type a question, the model breaks down into tokens, do the embedding, uh, process it at their end, search out the information, and then send it back to you. The tokens are then converted to text, and you receive the information, and that's how it keeps going on. But recently, we have seen a lot of image related processing that the model can also do, image as well as file. That includes the recent GB style images that everyone was just posting on social media. So exactly how Azure or ChatGPT was doing it, they have their models. The initial models were trained on text, but they now trained new models on images. So they trained with millions and billions of images, so that when you provide it an image, it can break it down uh, up to every pixel and figure out which pixel depicts what. And then based on that, it can transform or even provide you an information about those images. One example which I believe everyone must be using is, if I'm not sure about Android, but in iPhone, if you go to the camera, the photo app, there is a search button. If you search something like a red shirt or couple, then you will be able to see filtered images, which actually maps to the text that you have given. So if you have entered couple, you would be able to see the images of couple that you have in your mobile phone. If you see a red shirt, then you will have images of people wearing red shirt uh, filtered out in your app. So that's exactly how they are also doing it. Whenever you add a new image, they are processing it using their own model, and then that processing is mapped to a set of text, or I should say the caption of that image. And then when you search, it just needs to go to the caption list, get the caption which matches your query, and then provide you the images. So if you think about how they break it, it's fairly simple after the model processing is done. One more thing that Azure and other providers are really sensitive about is making sure that there is no AI bias. I'll talk about what AI bias is. So there was a recent incident in United States. One of the company, they released a model, or they released a process in their organization where they were processing images of individuals, and then based upon the image processing that the model was doing, they were concluding whether they want to proceed with an application or not. And over the period of time, they noticed that their model was only approving claims or processing of white male and female, and they were straight away rejecting requests of blacks and other Asian communities. Now, it was not intentional, but it really happened because the kind of sample data that they picked to process their model was skewed. So majority of that data was white males and females. They have very limited data, or very limited images that used for processing for other ethnicity. Due to this, the model somehow interprets that, okay, because I have
पीयूष लॉबी
a
में
strong
देखना आपकी
confidence or a majority of the sampling
टीम्स के
for
लॉबी में कुछ
whites,
लोगों की वेटिंग आ रही है
they
क्या
are
ज्वाइनिंग के लिए?
I have more confidence into processing their
अरे
applications and
तुम्हारे वो
less
नेक्स्ट
for others.
अरे टीम्स
They
टीम्स
so
की लॉबी में
they wanted to correct it, but by the time they
टीम्स की
realized
लॉबी
the
में
damage
चेक
was
करो
already
कि
done,
वो आ रही है क्या?
so they had to shut everything down and then move back to their old manual process. So that this really tells us that when adopting AI, we have to be really sensitive about the AI bias and the AI hallucination. Otherwise, it will do us more damage than the real intent of getting benefit out of it. Now, what computer AI Azure Computer Vision has done is they have created their own models. They have processed it across millions and millions of images and videos. Because of this, when you now provide an image to it, it's able to determine what that image looks like, what's the structure, and then it's able to provide you the output. We'll look at the demos, how exactly it's what kind of information can we extract from the images. Yeah, pricing. Pricing is really important. Uh, for this demo purpose, I will also be using the free instance. So it provides me 5,000 free transaction per month or 20 transactions per minute. So as long as I'm within this limit, it won't charge me anything because I'm on a pay as you go subscription. So if I make more transactions than that, it will start charging me based upon the features that I'm using. Then for an enterprise application, obviously they won't go with free. They will have a standard S1. They have divided the pricing in terms of the kind of feature that you're using. You don't have to specify this when creating a resource, but it's really on a use case basis. If you're using a lot around tags and face and OCR or celebrity detection and object detection, brand detection, then it will charge you according to this 1 0 to 1 million transactions, 85 rupees per thousand transactions. It's still cheaper if you look at per transaction basis. And then as you keep making more transactions, like 1 to 10 million, it starts getting cheaper for you. Then these are something which they are currently marking as more expensive than the standard in the first row. So describing an image, reading, creating a caption or a dense caption, that's like 127 or 128 rupees per thousand transaction for first million. And again, the pricing, it's not a fixed or a hard line pricing. The way it works is if you are an enterprise and you want to work with Azure, not just specific to this service, but other services as well, you can reach out to them and they will cut you a deal, like a discount on your overall bill at the end of the year. That's really feasible. They're very flexible about it. So in case your organization is planning to pick up a cloud, please do ask them to reach out to them and get themselves a better deal. Before we move to Azure Vision Studio, any questions up till this point? Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
I was having some queries. The tokens which you are saying, right? Like the what do you say? The number of tokens or the usage. Is it only countable for the images, or is it since I'm in the data industry, data engineering industry? So how about for the data related stuff? Is it like based on the usage, or is it like based on the size of the server, or is it like how much volume of data that's being processed? Is it the costing depends on that?
Yeah, so if I, because we are talking specifically about this Azure Computer Vision, they only deal with images and videos. They don't deal with text. And the
Okay.
pricing that I talked about is transaction. So anytime you are sending an image to, let's say, Azure Vision API, so you will always get an API key and an endpoint. That's where you have to make the calls. So every
Mm-hmm.
time you make a call, that becomes one transaction, and then that accumulates. And when it reaches to a million transaction, obviously it's not that you won't be charged up till one less than a million. For the first million, you will be charged 85 rupees per thousand transaction. If you do less than thousand transaction, they will divide it per transaction and then multiply and then give you the bill accordingly. But to again, to summarize your question, it's the Azure Computer Vision is only for images and videos and not to text.
Okay, so in case of text, the
Mhm.
billing is how is it like built? Like, is it built on the infrastructure side or is it built on the services side?
Okay, so for text, this service itself is not for text. So if you're
Okay.
planning to use an Azure provided model and you want to
Mm-hmm.
talk about text, there is something known as Azure AI Foundry. So
Okay.
AI found, just imagine it as a marketplace where you can have many pre-trained models, right? So
Mm-hmm.
if you go to Azure AI Foundry, you will see models from OpenAI, from Meta, from Google and Windows as well. You and
Okay.
they are specify that X model is trained only on text. Some models are trained only on images and likewise. So
Okay.
if you are dealing with text, you can pick a model way of text, and you can have a comparison between providers like OpenAI or Windows or XYZ and see which one is cheaper for you and then proceed. Also, they also give an option that you can have a bare minimum model for text, and you can also train it with your data so that it
Okay.
becomes specific to your use case. So
Mm-hmm.
AI Foundry, initially AI Foundry and Azure Computer Vision were completely separate services, but as I can
Mm-hmm.
see, they are trying to amalgamate them together, and
Okay.
they're trying to come up in a way that you start from computer vision, and then when you are processing it, you can pick a model from AI Foundry as well that you have trained, not just what they provide. So
Okay.
that's some UI changes that I've been seeing over the last couple of weeks. So that's how they're pushing
Mm.
into putting them
Because
together.
the vision thing which you're saying, right? The Azure Vision Foundation.
Mhm.
Since I'm totally into the data side,
Yeah.
so we don't get much uh, uh, what do you scope of using this one.
Mhm.
So only thing is like we'll be transacting data like higher data level like leverages big time data sending and receiving and creating data models
Right.
and stuff like that. So in that condition, this will not this is not the correct platform, correct?
Yeah, this is not the correct service. You
Okay.
should explore Azure AI Foundry.
Uh, okay. Got it.
Okay,
Thanks.
Vipul, sorry to interrupt, but one more question which is there on the YouTube, that how to renew our certificates.
Okay, so AZ 900 never expires. Everything except the if I go back to this slide. So all the fundamental ones, they never expire.
Okay.
Associate and expert, they expire after an year. Now there are two ways to renew this. So you need to take a test, online test, or at the no, so you have to take an online test 30 days before your certificate is expiring. And once you have completed that successfully, your certificate is renewed for another year. In case you have missed that time and your certificate has already expired, then you cannot renew it. You will have to give that certificate again.
For renew also we need to pay additional fees.
No, there is no fee
Okay,
for renewing.
thanks, Vipul.
Okay, then we'll jump to Azure Vision Studio. We'll also see how can we go to Azure Vision Studio. So in order to do that, what I'll do is I'll just search Vision Studio and then click on it. Because it is automatically logged in, I've been using it earlier. Otherwise, you will be asked for a login, and you can, as I said, you can use your Gmail login, or you can use your Hotmail or a company or work email. Uh, but this itself will not be very helpful to you because this requires a resource in the back. So if you Yeah, if you look at view all resources, these are the resources that I've created on Azure portal. Now let's migrate or let's move to that. So it's portal.azure.com. As I said, it's asking for my credentials. I just log in with my Gmail. Uh, as soon as you log in, it won't be. I mean, you cannot just go ahead, log in and start using it. You need to first have a subscription. So if you see, I have a pay as you go subscription, which literally means that the more services that I'll use, it will charge me accordingly. My last bill was around 1,000 rupees because I was using multiple services. This is a current bill. I haven't used it in May a lot. Then when you have a subscription, you have to create resource groups. That's the hierarchy. So any resource has to exist in a resource group. So you go to a resource group and then you will have multiple resources. So the resources that we were able to see here, computer vision, image extract tab, object detection, it's picking up from here because I'm using the same login. These are just computer vision resources. I was just playing around with a couple of them with
Vipul,
at
sorry to
different.
interrupt again. If you can share those links in our chat window also, that will be helpful for our
Yeah, sure.
participants.
So this is for vision. This is for Azure.
Thanks, Vipul.
Sure. So now, as I said, the Vision Studio itself is not very helpful. You need to have these resources which you will be using to process images here. As I was also talking about Azure AI Foundry, so they are really pushing towards merging these two together. So that's why they are in plan of merging them or giving you an option to pick your own model. Even when I'll be doing a demo, we can see that there are places where it gives you an option to pick your own model if there is something pre-trained. But I don't have anything pre-trained. I'll just use the one that they provide out of the box. Now, let's look at a couple of demos. So what we will cover in these demos is extract text from images, dense caption to images, detect faces in an image, detect common objects in an image, video retrieval and summary, and extract common tags from image. Uh, I won't go in this sequence. I'll first start with the text from image and then I'll do the video retrieval because that's really interesting. So let's go with text from image. So consider a use case that you have multiple or millions of invoices coming in on a daily basis. Let's say you are like a TPA, right? A TPA processes, if not 1,000, then I believe they must be processing 80, 90,000 invoices or bills every day. Now, as of now, if they're doing it manually, then it requires a lot of time, and the individuals who are hospitalized, they have to wait, wait for a longer duration to get those processed. So that's where this OCR or optical character recognition really comes into picture. It You give it an invoice, you give it a document, it will be able to extract all the information, all the text out of it. Now that talk, now how is it beneficial in terms of the already existing libraries that it can also detect some handwritings which are not uh, exactly how a digital text would look like. I'm not saying it will, if you give it a worst handwriting in the world, and it will be able to detect it, but it does the job if someone has intent of writing it in a way that it's readable. If it's human readable, then majority of the time it's readable by the machine. So let's start trying this. So it took me an acknowledgement that okay, it will be using one of the resources that I had, the object detect. And let's take two examples. One is this. It's pretty digital, printed on a computer, and this one should be able to read all this information. So national identity card, biometrics, then name, then gender, then hair. So even the text is so small that for a human I have to zoom it and read, but the computer vision is able to read all the information out and provide it to us. Now this is something which is printed, But if I take an example of something which is handwritten, even that it is able to read. And one more thing to note here, that it's not just reading, but it's also giving you a object boundary. So that way, on this particular image, it gives you the you can say the pixel points of exactly where this particular text exists. If I look at the JSON, then this is known as something like a bounding polygon. So every text that you see has a set of bounding polygon that it's X, Y is this, these are, these are basically the pixel information of that particular image. I'll quickly talk about this confidence because this is common in all the output that an AI model or any AI model gives. So AI model always works on probability and prediction. It's not that you give it something and it's 100% sure that okay, this is the output or this is what it is. It always have a confidence. Now confidence comes out of probability. So it's saying that okay, there is a 99.6% probability that the text that I'm reading at these location is you. And 99.6% probability is fairly good. I'll say it's state of the art because it will never give a 1% probability or 100% probability. That's how the model or the mathematics behind it works. It will always give you less than 100%, and 99 point something is really good. What the model, what the output of the model usually is predicted is we put a threshold that if there is any output from the model which has a confidence level of let's say less than 60%, then just discard that because that's not really helpful. Then I'll just take an example of picking an image that I have downloaded. OCR. This is not a very user friendly. I mean, it's not something that you can just read on the go. You will have to take a pause and read. But if I look at the output, so the computer vision is clearly able to read everything up till the exclamation and also the full stop. So it's pretty handy there, and it's not just specific to English. If I gave it a Chinese text, also I don't understand Chinese, but I can see that okay, the reading that it did from this text is fairly matching. So I can say that okay, it's able to read multiple languages. As far as I remember, it's able to read English, Chinese, Arabic, and a couple of more languages. So that's regarding OCR. Next that we'll be looking at this is video retrieval and summary. So this one is really interesting. I don't have a my sample for it because it needs to train before loading. But let's have a look at this example. So this is a video of a grocery store, and okay, people are coming in, they are buying groceries. But in this video or in any video, there will be certain instances that will happen. So something that will happen in this video is a person will come, they'll put a cup here which will have a coffee. I think this guy will put a cup here which will have coffee, and someone will spill it by mistake. Now those instances or those frames are read by AI model. That if I ask it that okay, take me to a frame where coffee was spilled, then it will be able to take me there. So if so they have summarized a couple of them for us. So it's a search query. Let's say coffee on the floor. If I do this and search, then in that video, the model is able to go to that particular frame where this search query makes sense, right? So coffee on the floor. Similarly, when we proceed, there will also be a scenario where someone fell down because of this coffee. So that's also the frame that it's able to capture. There's another one when someone dropped milk on the floor. So I just need to search and go there. Just imagine it in a way that you have a really big video or set of videos, and you want to go to a particular frame. You have already given that video to this computer vision, and they have processed it. They know which frame starts where, and you just put a search query, and it's able to take you there. This is, I believe, it's one of a very interesting use case, and you can think of an application or think of a use case in real life that you can reach out to. Maybe CCTV footage of a mall, something happened, you don't have to go through the whole day, you can reach exactly there. uh, then let's take another example. Let's take dense caption to images. Let me quickly scroll, and dense caption to images. So now how this works is, any image that you provide, it's able to caption, or it's able to describe that image. So if I take this example and look at the dense caption, then all these things independently, not in collaboration with each other, it independently describes this particular image. A woman wearing a mask sitting at a table with a laptop, a person using a laptop, a woman wearing a face mask, close up of a green chair, person wearing colorful clothes, person using a laptop, everything. So this is what I was talking about here in the starting, the photo app on an iPhone. When you do a text, because that particular image has been captioned with multiple things, now you put a search query and you jump onto that particular image which matches that description of the search query. Let me also take an example of this dense caption. Let's see which one. This one. Let's take this one. So all these captions described a group of people posing for a photo, a man in a suit and a tie, a man in a suit and a tie. So because imagine it in a way that when you're searching through billions of or millions of images, at least you won't remember how many people were there in this image. You will remember, okay, there was one guy who was wearing a suit, or there was one guy who was wearing a tie, or there was someone, or there are a group of people who were in a suit or posing, or a woman in a striped shirt. So that way, either of these query, you should be able to filter it out. That's a, you can think of a use case of figuring out or implementing this dense caption to a real life application. Detect faces in an image. This is also really helpful in recent times when uh, due to COVID. So this one is because I'm using a free version. The kind of output that I'm getting from this dense detect faces is very limited. On a free version, it provides only the output whether someone is wearing a mask or not. But on a paid one, it gives you much more information, like what does the person's mood look like, how is the person posing, is it casual or is it dominant or is it aggressive. But due to it being free, the only information that we can detect out of it is, okay, there are two faces. That's one information, and none of them are wearing a mask. So this person is wearing a mask, so you can say, okay, this one, there's a face mask, yes, and it's covering both nose and mouth. I also have an example of someone who was not covering both face and mouth. Yeah, this one, bunch of people. So this one, okay, face, yes, covering nose and mouth, face, yes, covering nose and mouth, and this one, it says face covering nose and mouth, no. Because we can see, right, the mouth is covered but the nose is not covered, so it's able to detect, okay, this person is wearing a mask but it's not completely covering both the face and the nose. One more interesting for this one, so there is a test. You can see there is no face in this test except one in the reflection. I'm not sure if it's a reflection or a video ongoing, but it's able to detect that particular face in the display as well. So that really shows that even on a free version, the precision with which it's able to detect faces, it's very high. And let's quickly also look at the probability, the confidence that it has. Does it show? Okay, this one is not showing probability or the confidence. Maybe in a paid version it will, but it is able to detect a face. So that's really interesting. Then detect common objects in images. Let's first take an out of the box example. Then this was image analysis and detect common objects in an image. Yeah, Let's look at this one. This image has a bunch of things here. It has 1%, 2%, 3%, and it has a footwear, it has a laptop, it has a sitting arrangement and two sitting arrangement, one this and one this, and it also has a table. It's able to detect, and this threshold really says that the filter that I was talking about is something is above a particular percent, only then give it as an output. So if I decrease it, I believe it should give me more output, but it's no. Maybe if I increase that, so I did it to 82%. So only the confidence above 82% is what I receive as an output. So if I do it 50%, every confidence above 50% is what I get as an output. Let's look at something like an image from online. Yeah, I think this is interesting. So it's a little chaotic image, but it's able to detect these many cars. And because car is not just car, it's also land vehicle. So it marks it as a land vehicle as well. So couple of cars, couple of land vehicles. So it's able to detect a lot many cars. Obviously, the one that goes way far, it's not able to detect. And this one, it's not a car, it's a bus. But this model doesn't, as of now, it's able to determine that it's a bus or not. But it was able to determine that it's a vehicle which walks on or runs on the land. So this is where you can see it's giving me an option to use a pre-built model that they have defined. So you can also choose your own model, and this is where the AI Foundry comes into picture. As soon as I click on this, it will take me to AI Foundry, and AI Foundry I have an option of picking or choosing one of the many models that there, or maybe train my own. Then we have covered these and common tags. Yeah, this one is also very interesting. Image analysis and common tags from images. Let's see. Maybe let's look at some other one. Right. So this one says that okay, this have a text, this have wheels, this image is outdoor, this has a bicycle wheel, this has a bike, this is land vehicle, this is a grass, it's a signboard, it's a vehicle, bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. So it what it's doing it is dividing these, it's breaking these images into small uh, chunks or small sections, and then it's reading each and every one of that section and giving you information exactly what is there in this particular image. It's tagging that image to these many things. So if you have a bunch of images and you have already tagged it, and then let's say you search okay, give me a bike. So then it will give you all the images of that bike. One very interesting use case of this is, I believe all of us must have used this Shutterstock. So when we go to Shutterstock and we search for something, let's say bike, then how Shutterstock is able to get all these images which actually does contain bike because of tagging. So I'm not sure because this is a pre-AI website, so they must have used something different to tag these images. But remember, just imagine that if they have to tag millions of images on a daily basis, then doing that manually is not productive. They can use this model, tag their images, and then upload, and then the search functionality works very fine. So Shutterstock is literally a live example, or any image search is a live example of having or using this AI capability to do ease of things. Let me check if I have other image as well. Yeah, maybe not. Okay, that's fine. These examples are pretty good enough for to look at for this particular image tagging. Then this was regarding the demo. Let's move ahead with this. Right. So what we are, or maybe because before this, any question till now? Any new questions?
No new questions right now on the chat, but Vipul, we have a limited time, like we have only 20 minutes left because we need to do quiz session
Yes.
also in last 5-10 minutes.
Sure. I
So
just
just
need
want to,
6-7 minutes.
yeah, good.
Wrap
Thanks,
wrap
thanks.
up.
But if anyone has any question, yeah, you can go ahead or ping in the chat also. No, fine.
Okay. So now this is a little high level, and it will contain more components than just Azure Computer Vision. So we are trying to design a intelligent photo app, something similar of what I talked about earlier on an iPhone. So how it let's just imagine how it usually works, right? The when we are searching on that app with a text search query, we cannot expect the code behind to do all the tagging and object detection on the fly. That means every time a new image is added, be from camera or WhatsApp or any other source, the tagging and all the image processing should happen in the background as soon as there is a new image. So that's where that's information is really helpful in designing something an application of that size. So this is what the architecture of that mobile application should look like. That as soon as you upload an image, it goes to an Azure storage account, which I talked about. So just imagine it as an unstructured set of data, or imagine it as a chair in your house where you keep all the clothes and don't worry about it. So this storage account is that space. You can dump things there, and then as soon as there is a new image coming in, there is an event, and then that event triggers a function. That function processes that image, gets all the uh, tag object detection using computer vision, gets all that information and saves it in a database. Uh, the reason I use Azure Cosmos DB is because it's NoSQL, and because the idea was to keep all of this specific to Azure, not wander around different cloud providers. So once we are done up till this point, everything on the left of this line, this point 5, then anytime some user will put a search query on web or mobile front end, then that search query will go to Azure Cosmos DB. It will get all the uh, matching text or matching descriptions from that search query. It will also have the images or the URL of that images which for against each description. So when you search something like a red shirt, it should be able to give you a bunch of URLs for the images which match that description, and then you can just render it on the front end. So now why I wanted to emphasize is that this portion, this Azure Computer Vision, if you start or if you try to implement that from scratch using your own or describing your own model, then that will take you a lot of time and a lot of expertise in terms of mathematics and image processing. But using this computer vision API, the heavy lifting of processing or understanding that image is already done, and then you can focus on other nuances of it, of like making it less latent for the user, making it faster, making it more interactive. So that's where these services really help you in achieving things. Yeah, quickly going through some real-world applications. I also already talked about processing invoices and medical records. Then you can have automatic finance detection. KPMG is already using the AWS recognition tool to detect fault detection or fraud detection from their financial documents. Then you can use it on retail, in a search, in a store. Like I gave example of a video, just to maybe uh, detect the consumption of some products more than the other. That you can do using video retrieval. Then one more example, which where it is used as a hard hat scenario in a construction site, just to be sure that everyone at a construction site is always wearing a yellow hard hat to be safe. uh, uh, the Azure model is already in place at a couple of places, that as soon as the camera captures someone who is not wearing a hard hat, it raises an alarm, so that you know it's better to be safe than sorry, so that the precaution can be taken care and they can be provided a hard hat. So a couple of applications, a couple of places already these models are working and helping us be more productive. Again, in agriculture, to using a drone, we were capturing images of the crops, and then on the fly, those crops images were going to the model, the Azure Computer Vision. Computer Vision was able to detect if there is an expected, uh, let's say, expected crop, if there's a decline in the quality of the crop, and then it can alarm the farmer so that they can have possible, next steps. Mm, Yeah, so uh, as again, this is just a recap of what we have seen. All these uh, features we already talked about: tag detection, OCR, face detection. Azure is very AWS is very heavily investing into face detection and celebrity detection, and Azure is very heavily invested into brand detection. So you give it a bunch of images, and it is able to figure out which brand is being used in that by people on that particular brand or holdings or any other place. Think Yeah, I'll quickly show you a small code piece. This is nothing fancy. What it is doing is I won't run it because running it will take time. I think we are short of time. But what this Azure piece is doing, I have bunch of images in this folder. Let me close everything. Yeah, I have bunch of images in this folder. There's one image, and then this is the second image, then this is the third image, then this is another with multiple individuals, and this is a black and white, and this is an image with many people. So what I did in this Python application is I'm using an Azure Vision key and endpoint. That's all you need. That's all you need to run any of those features. Then I am here. I am looping through all the images. The every image in that folder I am reading. Let me go to that. Okay. I'm reading all the images in that particular folder, and for all that image, I am sending it to detect object. Detect object is another method. I'm opening the image, sending it to my Azure Computer Vision client, asking it to analyze. I'm getting a response, and I'm writing it to a file, and that's all I'm doing for each and every image. And I'm also printing the confidence output that I'm getting. So this is the response that I get. Let me split it to the right side and then show you for which image what response am I getting. Yeah, I think this is better. So for this image, which is one ppl, yes, so this is what I'm getting. Dominant color is black or gradients of black, so it's a little darker image. So that's what I'm getting. The accent color, this color is a tinge of blue, which is part of this output. It's telling me that it's not a black and white image. It has detected the objects. This is the object that it has detected in it. Object property, that's the person. I talked about confidence. It's a 90.1% sure that this individual is a person. So it's able to detect a person in this particular image. Uh, I'll, let's also look at one more example or two more examples. The 6 people one, it was a bit crowded. So the 6 people image, it's able to tell that the back dominant color of this particular image is white. It's quite obvious for a human eye to detect that. Then it's able to detect all these properties, and always the model reads from left to right. So the first car object that you see, that must be this car. It's saying that it's a land vehicle. It has a confidence of 55%. That's a vehicle, and this is just again attribute of that. Then this is another car. This car is also detected with a higher confidence person. Then I'm not sure which car is this one detecting, but then it moves to person. So one person, then this is a second person, then this is a third person, then this is a fourth person, and then there's a fifth person, and then there's a sixth person. So it's able to detect each one of them and with varying confidence. And then again on the right side, it's able to detect a, a car. Just one example of a black and white photo. So this is BW, right? So this is saying that the dominant color of this image is gray. It's easily conclusible for a human eye, but AI is also able to do that. Accent color, it's giving you a hex code for that particular color. It's saying that okay, it's detected an object and it's a window, because this is sort of a window uh, for a user, and it's an arch. It's also able to detect that there is an arch in this image. And the one property that's really fascinating here is this is BW image, which literally says is black and white image. So because this image is black and white, now just imagine if we just talk about this property of the object detection, then from millions of images, you can filter out all the black and white images and color one. You can segregate them separately using just this one property. And obviously using other properties you can do furthermore, but every property has sort of like significance to it. So yeah, I mean there are multiple examples, but I think I've covered all of them when it comes to what exactly are we trying to imply here. Let me see, do I have, and yeah, this is the GitHub repo for the code. uh, if I'll paste this link in the description in the Teams chat while uh, we proceed with the next quiz. So yeah, that was all from what I wanted to share. Piyush, over to you.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Vipul. Thanks a lot. You can continue with this last slide so that everyone can scan this Mentimeter. We have a little quiz session.
Mhm.
So if this scanner is not working, then please let me know. We have code also. You just need to open menti.com and you can add this code. Even Vipul, Richa, I guess I'll request everyone just to scan this and let's have a small quiz. So what we see during our presentation, and you all will enjoy it definitely. So Vibhav, Sahil, Praveen, Jyoti, Aman. Let me share my screen also now. Is it visible? Now the scanner is much more bigger in this screen. Vipul, is it visible? Quiz time.
Let me go to Teams. Yeah, I can see quiz time to check knowledge.
Yeah. So if everyone confirm, we can start this one. Are you able to scan this or facing any issue?
I just open in the web UI.
Yeah.
Azure quiz, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
If I go to the next slide, it will come with the code. If you are not able to log in with the QR, you just need to join menti.com and use this code. If you
Yeah.
already scanned that is fine. If everyone in, then I can start this quiz. Praveen, Jyoti,
Yes.
anything? Sahil?
I'm actually able to access.
Okay, okay. Aman, okay, Aman, Jyoti or Vibhav or Sahil.
I'm on the page where it says, "What did you learn from today's training?" That's it.
Yeah, so I'm sharing also the same. So
Yeah,
that
yeah.
your page and my page will be continued in sync. We need to be on the same page. So I guess if people are there, Vipul, Richa, you are there.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to the next one. So we'll start this. So I'm starting with the first question. So if you are still need time, do let me know. Otherwise, I can start with the first question. Okay, let me go ahead. So now the first question will be coming to your screens also. You don't need to see this. Your correct answer will give you the maximum point. So the first question is this one. You will get a 15-second to answer this question. Okay. So everyone give the right answer for. I'm moving to the second question. Hope everyone answered this one. Okay, so one answered wrong. So this is the beauty of this tool. This will not show who will give the wrong answer, but the correct answer is celebrity recognition. Moving towards the third question. So what is the key difference between Azure AI Vision and Azure AI Foundry? Okay, so the correct answer is third one, AF selecting a specific pre-trained model. AF not disclosed model, AV means Azure AI Foundry.
I think time was less to read all the questions for me.
15 second, you will get it for the answer one and 5 second to read the question. Okay.
But I will,
Or maybe
yeah,
this
on
is
this
the,
one.
yeah, this is a little longer one. So let's see. So that is everyone for, okay. But let's go ahead with the fourth one. We need to select a sector for this one. Everyone voted and manufacturing. So four are correct answer. One is healthcare, one voted wrong. We'll see the result later on. Next one. Google Vision OCR capability specialized in. Okay, we are left with 3 seconds. Okay, too much difference answer. But the correct answer is dense and handwritten text, which is only given by one person. Then the next question is, so which Azure service trigger a function when a user upload an image to blob storage in the sample app described? We have option Azure Logic App, Azure Event Grid, Kubernetes Services, and Data Factory. Okay, all 3% give the correct answer Azure Event Grid. Vipul, if you need to highlight something with respect to any question, do let me know.
Okay.
Uh, so this is the next one. Azure Computer Vision does capture feature do. We have four options under this. Predict faces an image, extract only handwritten text, blur inappropriate content, and generate detailed description of image region. Okay, one is correct, two is wrong. We are seeing that everyone answering them. Now eighth question. We are left only with the four question. Now four players are there. Which of the following is not a real world application of Azure Computer Vision in finance or insurance? Fraud detection, digitizing text document, crop health monitoring, automating document injection. Only two people answered this one, crop health monitoring, but both are right. I guess experience one. So again, four players are in, and which platform offers person tracking video as a special feature? We have four options: Azure, AWS, Recognition, Google Vision, all of the above. So everyone voted two Azure wrong. AWS Recognition is the correct one. All of the above also a wrong answer. Moving towards our third last question. What is the primary method of authentication for Google Vision? We have Azure AD, Azure, sorry, AWS IAM role, API keys only, cloud, Google Cloud Service account. Okay, so Google Cloud Service account is the correct answer. Only three people answered this. The second last question. Which of the following tasks can Azure Computer Vision perform? Detect common objects in image, predict stock market trends, generate 3D, model text. No, option 4 is there. So the correct answer is first one, detect common objects in image. And we have, this is the last question. Then we have a result also. In the context of smart cities, how can Azure Computer Vision be applied? Through traffic monitoring, by predicting weather patterns, by optimizing cloud storage costs, automating social media posts. Okay, through traffic monitoring is the correct answer. One person opt for optimizing cloud storage costs also. So let's go for the result also. So we have Shami, Nicholas, Vipul, Richa, and Ronald. So we see, let's who is the fastest one. Who joined as a Shami? Anyone
Don't know
there?
why my name is written here as Sammy. This is Vibhav.
Okay, Vibha. I guess you didn't select your name in the initial because in the initial
I think
sometimes.
when I'm going to change it, it automatically gets selected and
Okay. So congrats, Vibha. You get maximum point. And
thank you.
thanks for attending this. So, any other comment or feedback from anyone? Did you like the quiz and the presentation? Praveen, Jyoti, Vibhav?
Yeah, it was good actually. Mm, but this was like related to the image processing. Most of
Mhm.
the work which I do is related to data.
Okay.
So I had a knowledge of what happens in the image processing through AI. So it was informative session.
Okay. And you can connect also with us on different platforms. In the
Hmm.
initial, I shared LinkedIn, WhatsApp,
Okay.
and WhatsApp channel. So we will planning future events also with respect to the different technologies,
Hmm.
also non-functional domain also. So we'll let you know the
Sure.
details.
Sure.
Vibhav,
You get connect.
yeah, you also unmute your mic. You want to say something?
Yeah, thank you everyone. It was a very good. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, Vipul, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you, Vipul, for the very interesting like session. And I was aware about like I have cleared the first AZ 900, but I was not aware about the AI Foundry and this processing AI processing of part of Azure. So it was very knowledgeable session from me as well. And
Okay.
yeah, all the best for everyone who arranged this wonderful session. Thanks.
Thank you, Vipul. Thank you. And thank you, Vipul, for planning this session and giving up the detail with respect to all Microsoft Azure Computer Vision. And that is
Uh,
very informative session for all.
Piyush, I think we're missing
Yeah.
something. That's a feedback form.
Yes, I guess that is in the Vipul's PPT. Vipul, can you share that
Mhm.
code again with
Yeah,
respect?
sure. Let me share my screen again.
So one more request, Vibhav, Praveen and Jyoti, as most of the people are dropped. So if you can share your feedback on that feedback form. That is also a QR code. You just need to scan this and you will find out the questions. That will helpful for us to planning our next event in a little better
Sure.
way. And we will send this feedback QR code on our WhatsApp group also. So you can scan there and share the details. But thanks again, Vipul, for this informative session, and it helps a lot for all of us. And thank you for your time. Uh,
Thank
also,
you so much for having me.
Richa, anything from your side?
Nothing from my side. The session was very good, and I want from the audience if they would like to add some topic or they want to the host or they want to present something, please let us know about it. And if they want to add something else about the anything else that they want, like from AI, Gen AI, or any other suggestions, then please it's open. And I want if anyone had any suggestion, please let us know. Any suggestion for any future topic or anything else?
Uh, Maybe if you can uh, arrange a session for some AI related data engineering, uh, if you can,
Yeah,
so that
sure.
we
Uh,
can come to know some in depth on that one, right?
Sure, why not, Praveen? Okay,
Yep.
this is the last session of this month. The next session will be held from the June first week, and I already have your email IDs. You will get the information about the event, but definitely next session will be held for the AI related with some AI.
Yeah.
Anything else anyone want to add?
I guess that's all.
Okay,
So thank you all. Thanks for joining and giving your time. Have a good day. Thank you. Thank you.
thank you.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Bye. Thank you, everyone.